What up guys, it is Justice here and welcome to this video of me completing a goal, two goals in fact, obtaining the Keris weapon and then going for the Desert Amulet 3, which requires easy to hard tasks completed in the Desert Achievement Diaries. And to be honest, the only task that is currently stopping me from getting the Desert Amulet 4 is placing down the Dominion Tower marker with all requirements and achievements obtained within that tower. So in this video I'll be taking you through my adventures in terms of obtaining these two items within the game. I've spent a lot of time actually going for it. I had so many quests to complete. I really wasn't much of a quester, and you know, if you've been watching my live streams, I have really been going for this over the past week. So I'm really glad to finally have achieved this goal to obtain the Keris weapon and the Desert Amulet 3 combination. In this video I will be taking you through how I completed it. I'll also be showing some highlights of some you could say derpy moments which happened throughout this little adventure of mine, so hopefully you'll enjoy the rest of this video. So what's so special about the Keris weapon and the Desert Amulet 3? Well, the Keris weapon alone, it boosts your accuracy whilst fighting the Kalphites, and that boost goes across to your offhand weapon, so a nice combination is to wield an offhand Drygor and a Keris, and that boosts your accuracy. Also, the Keris weapon alone has a chance to inflict triple damage on the enemy, and that chance is very low without the Desert Amulet 3. Whilst wielding a Desert Amulet 3 or higher, it increases the chance of that special effect happening where damage is tripled. Now my plan is to create another video after this where I really do test it out and go and completely obliterate the Kalphite King. But I've literally only just completed this nice combination of having both the Desert Amulet 3 and Keris, so I do have yet to test it out properly. Therefore this video is just going to go through the requirements which I had to go through to actually obtain it, and there is a heck of a lot of requirements. So it's going to be quite interesting whether I really feel like it's been worth it, but again I'll go through another few reasons why I feel like it's worth to go for it anyway, despite how long it may take to obtain. Well, the first question I'm going to answer is, why am I even going for these two items? Well, I'm going for the Keris and Desert Amulet 3 combination because I've still got the final boss title to obtain, which I will be editing episode 7 very shortly, and that will be uploaded very soon. And I've got plenty more Kalphite King and Kalphite Queen kills to obtain, and therefore I thought, why not get and obtain this high level PvM piece of item to share with you guys and explore with you guys as well. And I will be creating a Keris weapon montage of me using it at the Kalphite King within a small team and really testing it out. So I was very interested. I thought, I've got plenty more kills, why not complete this requirement to actually obtain these two items. Also, I suppose it's a hidden comp cape requirement, I suppose. And again, I am not going for comp cape right now, but it's a subconscious thing. Why not just get this item in the process and make things more efficient in the game? Might as well go and complete some tasks before I go and complete all of those Kalphite kills for my final boss title. I would also rather do Kalphite King kills in smaller teams now moving forward, just to really experience it properly and potentially increase my final boss loot tab. As my aim there is to hopefully obtain a 1 billion GP loot tab, add that onto my 900 mil which I already have, and then purchase myself a party hat. And yes, I'm on a boat, and this is Deadliest catch quest. This is the most irritating quest I had to, well, not the most irritating quest I had to do. By the way guys, I did have to do numerous quests to actually complete these tasks. There are so many, and there are just like an infinite amount of puzzles. It's just unbelievable. But I had to kill a Talassus, I think that's how you pronounce it, and this is actually trimmed completionist cape requirement, where you have to catch this massive fish 10 times, or you have to hunt it down 10 times anyway. That idiot Jonas just decided to fall in the ocean and I had to go and rescue him. Really don't know what he's doing there. He's thinking he's Jonah out of Jonah the Whale, I'm not quite sure. But anyway, got to see some pretty hot mermaids there on the island. Not sure whether they were dudes as well. But anyway, I managed to complete that quest, and to be honest, the Tower of Life and the Deadliest Catch, two quests which initially on the outset you think they're going to be extremely quick, but they are not. I'm warning you right now guys, anyone who hasn't completed these tasks, beware. Tower of Life can be a bit annoying. It's supposed to be a short quest, but you have to keep running up and down the same goddamn tower. And then Deadliest Catch can be very irritating if you have an extremely bad memory, but all you have to do is concentrate, turn all your music off, any distractions, and you'll be fine. Just remember the route which you originally took, and yeah, you should be able to get it over and done pretty quickly. One of the longest quests you're going to have to do to complete this and get the Desert Amulet 3 will be the Do No Evil quest, and this is very, very long. This probably took me about 3 hours, and I did a lot of it duo with a good friend of mine called Joe, and it was extremely fun on stream, and we were properly derping out. And what I'll do is show you some highlights on a separate video, so be sure to go and check out the behind the scenes footage of me and Joe completing Do No Evil. So again, once you get into that zone of completing quests, you just got to keep going with it. Just go with that flow. Otherwise, if you stop, then if you, let's say, go and do a PVM trip or whatever, you'll just get out of the mood. If you're like me and you're a PVMer and this is not your natural environment, and once you get into that and outside of your comfort zone, stay outside of that comfort zone, persevere, and you will succeed. And of course, justice will be served. So to summarize this quest in a few words, the main aim and objectives is to create a monkey colony within the desert to worship the Apmacan. And back in the day, through Runescape lore, there used to be hundreds of monkeys amongst the desert, but when Apmacan the god disappeared, essentially the monkeys decided to as well, and they obviously went over to Apatol Island. So the main aim here was to gather some monkeys, smuggle them out of Apatol within a barrel, and try and create a monkey colony over in the desert. A few things go wrong, and yeah, you have to, in order to persuade the monkeys to go into the desert, you have to carry a chimp ice without teleporting all the way from Nardar in the desert all the way to Apatol, which is an absolute pain. Watch the BTS video because it is absolutely unbelievable what happens. The loot from 10 hours of Eagle's Peak. So after managing to complete Do No Evil quest, that was literally the only barrier stopping me from completing all of the hard tasks. So as you can see on screen, I'm just literally smashing through now all of the hard tasks. And just before this clip here, when I was in Bedabin camp at the Bandits, I was just giving that guy in Guthun some encouragement, because I remember back in the day, years ago, when I used to train there as well. It's very AFK, and it's a great place to train your skills up, your combat skills up, or it used to be. I'm not sure how it is now, but I do remember going there with Guthuns and just healing up and just camping there for hours. So yeah, it took a long time. The requirements were pretty damn tough, to be honest, and one thing which you do have to watch out for as well, a big one, is on the hard tasks to complete 450 boss monster kills to unlock the Dreadnips to be able to use a Dreadnip on the Kalphite Queen, and that can take a long time if you haven't got those boss kills yet, so definitely persevere through that as well. That'll take you around 4 hours to complete 450 boss kills at the Dominion Tower if using tier 90 weapons, and the best method is to complete the endurance mode. Well, that's 2 more goals complete amongst the game after I've maxed out the Keris weapon obtained and the Desert Amulet 3, and I probably will be aiming slowly to complete all the Dominion Tower requirements so I can complete the elite tasks on the Desert Achievement Diary and then obtain the Desert Amulet 4. And it'd be interesting to know the comparison between the 3 and the 4, to be honest, but I'm pretty certain the only difference is the stats, strength, range and magic bonuses, but again, I will test that out and just see how that works out essentially. I can't wait to use these now, this combination. I'm going to be using it over this weekend, 7th of February 2015, so I'm going to go and test it out. If you like this sort of RuneScape 3 progress update styled video, then be sure to give this a like so I know as feedback, and then I'll be creating more in the future of just random goals that I'm completing amongst the game that greatly contribute to high level PVMing. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe by clicking Virago's face on the bottom left hand corner of the screen. Good luck on your PVM trips, and I'll see you on my next video.